Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. Let's get ready for the fourth round in the first season of the 2021 series Manufacturer Series on Gran Turismo Sport. Here we are at Circuit de la Sarthe for 7 laps, and we're going in to take the second time to be in the Group 3 category. We'll be ready to go. So be on the lookout for having a 6-minute qualifying time to get set up and be prepared. Use the Racing Medium compound tires. We'll be going in to take the fastest lap time on any position whenever you want. It takes a lot of practice, so make sure this will might have a slipstream is also essential for qualifying and race. Tire wear and refuel should not be an issue, but maybe this will might take the only possible way will be quite giving some good amount by using the fuel map. But good thing that you guys took a lot of practice before we will get started for today's event. Is going to be quite very challenging for having 2 chicanes to be on the full straightaways. But I bet this will might give the only way will be having a good formation strategy to be quite giving the most possible way to avoid a 1-minute penalty. We'll be using the Racing Hard compound tires as the required mandatory. So let's grab our Group 3 race car and get ready to go for having a balance of performance. We'll be setting up automatically to be quite giving some regulations on the tires. Do your best out there, because this will might take a good chance for having a good clean race whenever it takes. Before you enjoy watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the race, and let's begin. Here we go, folks. It's round 4 in the first season of the 2021 series Manufacturer Series is about to begin. Group 3 race car will be going in at Le Mans to take the rightful spot to be in the glory. GTMX Carlitos is now taking first place in the Hyundai Genesis Group 3 from Mexico. And here's Stank Wave 21 in second place in the Ford Mustang. Raptors_Leandro from Brazil in third place in the Renault Sport RS01 GT3. Trav RMS_Super GT is in 4th place, and here's myself in the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3 with the UZRS in Sportec. Well, Forkman is now taking 6th place in the Aston Martin GT3, and we have a Brazilian racer in 7th place, GKR in the Toyota GR Supra Racing Concept. Grau Mars is now taking 8th place in the Porsche 911 RSR, and we have GT German Racing in 9th place in the Aston Martin C12 Vantage from Canada. Nugo 240 takes 10th place in the Ford Mustang, and we have both Kraken 9 in the Nissan GTR in 11th place. Maowin 29 is here, and we have a Castro themed livery of the GR Supra Racing Concept. Freetag GT in 13th place for the Dodge Viper SRT GT3R. It's Frizz Angel in 14th place in the Audi R8 LMS. Castle Strupp is here in 15th place in the BMW C4 GT3. Phoenix is here on to 16th place for the BMW M6. Kush God 22 in 17th place for the Nissan GTR. Rev Limit Pusher is here for having an 18th position with the Mazda RX Vision GT3 concept. It's Datsun Sun is here in the Alfa Romeo 4C for taking a last place. So get prepared for having a fuel map, because it's a guy going to be on the most endurance race. We'll be trying to start out with a Racing Hard compound. We'll be taking the first run. Racing Medium will be going in to take the first run to be safe to be in the second run for having a pit stop until the final lap will come. So here we go, folks. This will might have a perfect race to be in Le Mans, to be in the Manufacturer Series in the 2021 series. Here we go, and let's get it on to be underway. 7 laps is going to be the most perfect opportunity for the Group 3 category will take action. Get yourself strategized, because it's about to go fast to be like a true successful pro racer. But hold on, looks like this is gonna be no good for GTMX underscore Carlitos in the Hyundai Genesis. This cannot be good. He just barely took the chance to be in first place by the start. But that one might have to drop down onto fourth place. Gonna have to go in to be on the inside at the next turn. But the update is going to be much different changes on the effects for the Group 3 cars. It's going to get much heavier it goes. Now it goes on to take the slipstream to be on the straightaway before coming in at the first chicane. Moving on to the next sector, and we have Stank Wave 21 in first place to be in the lead. Raptors underscore Leandro is now going to be in second place. Trap RMS underscore Super GT is going in to take third place by the rope. But heads up, here comes the first chicane. Just going to have to take that good braking point before moving on to take the second chicane until coming in onto the Mulsanne corner. Very good. This one might have a good formation lineup. Just save a good gap distance when coming in to take the slipstream. Gonna have to go hard by having a hard racing tires is going to be going in for the recommend. Mandatory requirements is going to be the only way without having a pit stop, and make sure have a good lean position onto 3. But it is going to be quite very struggle out there to catch up to an opponent. But it takes a lot of good mileage to be on the acceleration. Just going to have to hit the brake to be at the second chicane. Going in towards the apex. There you go. Just going to have to catch up onto 12 Boltman in the Aston Martin V12 Vantage. Just going to keep going. I hope everything is going to be alright for having a good commentating race moment out there, folks. Here they come. Looks like they have already made it in onto the Mulsanne corner, but this one might have that good perfect cue to be on the braking point to be on the inside at the apex. That one might take a good straightaway to be moving on to take the Indianapolis corner section before coming in at the Porsche corner until reaches up onto the last corner is going to be the Ford chicane. The next sector is clear. Moving on to the current one is going to be quite going much straightaways to be on the slipstream. But looks like Stag Wave 21 in the Ford Mustang is now going in to be the first one to be dived in by having a braking point to be in the Indianapolis corner section. That's a pretty good formation lineup. Take that good handling respond to make a good perfect performance. So take exercise caution whenever you're going to have to avoid a penalty. So 12 Boltman just barely took the effect onto the 0.5 second penalty. But here comes the Porsche corner. This will might go in for having a handling freestyle will take action. Just stay on track out there, folks. The top 5 players are now going in for battle out there. It looks like Raul Mars is now going in to be on the overtake at UDRS. The Porsche 911 RSR is going in to take the Porsche corner to be on the inside, and the penalty effect just barely went detected by 0.5 seconds. Gonna have to catch up. That one might have the penalty line towards the Porsche chicane is going to be the only exact spot we'll be able to proceed forward for having a quick recovery. There you go. Looks like this one might have a few mileage distance left, and we have 18 drivers left remaining, only one just left the lobby. There you go. Looks like that one might have that braking point to be going in to take the last corner. Just gonna have to get closer out there, folks. Leaving the first lap, we'll be moving on to lap number 2. Stag Wave 21 in the Ford Mustang just barely took 4 minutes and 9.613 seconds. He is going faster out there, folks. This one might have a good successful go further for Team Ford. We'll be going in to take first place to be in the 4th round at Le Mans. That is going to be quite very successful out there to see how everybody can probably go like a true racer to be in the World Endurance Championship. Labeled to be part of the GTE or GTM Pro is going to be quite taking a good road difference to be in the same type of the Group 3 category. But also to be labeled in different classes is going to be quite giving some good remarkable. Now going in to take Sector 3 to proceed forward, so everything much. Just going to have to stay on in 7th place. Got to make sure to switch up onto a different option by using the fuel map. but it's going to get a little bit risky to save a lot of fuel before moving on to take the final lap. But it's getting there, but I hope it could probably have to take exercise caution whenever it goes down to 0 by having a little bit bad news effort. But heads up, just going to have to dive down onto the first chicane, going to have to avoid the contact. Nugo 240 is barely made that successful dodge to avoid the incoming approach by UDRS. Everything is going to be under control. Still in one piece without having an innocent to have a penalty. It's going to get a little bit pushing in. Nugo 240 in the Ford Mustang is going much faster to be on the acceleration. Gonna have to keep a good eye on the radar. Take the dive in onto the second chicane. It's going to get a little bit loose control. Nugo 240 just barely had that chance, and he's still going right at it for having an ongoing chase to be on the pursuit. He's still going in, folks. Nugo 240 in the Ford Mustang is now going on to the high-speed slipstream to catch up onto UDRS in 7th place in about 0.3 seconds behind the gap. Brace yourselves. Coming right back in onto the Mustang. Just going to have to avoid the 2012 Le Mans endurance event to be on the collision course. Just going to have to be averted. To reach up onto Ramars in 6th place with the Porsche 911 RSR to catch up onto the 5th place driver. Just going to have to keep going onto the slipstream after Nugo 240 in the Ford Mustang overtakes my position. Gonna have to catch up. Just going to have to go over to the Indianapolis corner section to be dived in. Close call. Just going to stay on the inside without taking a contact. And hold on, looks like yellow flag. This cannot be good. This cannot be good to call in, folks. That is pretty intense to see it. Raptors_Leandro in the Renault Sport RS01 GT3 just barely took a spun out. Maybe this one might have an instant replay to take a good look. Probably, he just barely had that chance to be in the top 3 position. Right now, coming right back in onto the Porsche corner to be in this section, Nugo 240 is now moving on to take 6th place to catch up onto the 5th place driver to be moving in before it catches up onto the 4th place driver. It's going to keep hanging around to be on the freestyle section in the Porsche corner before going right back in onto the Porsche chicane. So we have Raptors_Leandro is now coming in to take that attempt chance. But hold on, 0.5 second penalty detected on Nugo 240 in the Ford Mustang. That one might have the opportunity for Renault Sport and Chevrolet to be moved position between 6th and 7th place. So heads up, lap number 3 is on the way. 12 Boltman is now taking the fastest lap in 4 minutes and 3.501 seconds. He is going faster to be in 3rd place to catch up onto GTMX Carlitos in 2nd place from Mexico. How brilliant to see how he can do it for taking a good precision to take a good slipstream to be on the straightaway by having 2 chicanes. Now goes on to be in Sector 1. Renault Sport has the opportunity to catch up onto Ford in 6th place. Just hang in there. This is going to be a pretty good mid-engine layout to take on for an FR layout to be going in onto the next sector by the straightaway. I got him on sight. This one might have the perfect chance in about closing in 0.5 seconds to go. And GKR_Medesto is now going in by the overtake in the Toyota GR Supra Racing Concept. That one might have the extra speed to be going in to be at the first chicane to be dived in. Gonna have to take exercise caution. Going on for the apex. Gonna have to avoid contact when taking the small outside. Okay, looks like Ford takes the short recovery, while Toyota and Chevrolet is now going in to take the left side by the overtake. It's going to be quite taking some slipstream whenever they could probably have to catch up to each other. Maybe I could probably have to go on the left side before going in onto the second chicane. Easy does it. Just gonna have to follow the line, and now moving on to catch up to continue to reach the Renault Sport in 6th place from Brazil, Raptors_Leandro. Trav RMS_Super GT is going in to stay in 5th place to be in the rightful defense, while Renault Sport is now going on the offense to be at the Mulsanne corner. While meanwhile, Toyota overtakes UDRS to be at the Mulsanne corner, but everything has to try to keep it under control for having a steering effect to get a little bit more issue to be on the recovery. While Nugo 240 in the Ford Mustang is now taking the opportunity to be moving on to be in 8th place. That one might have the only chance to catch up onto Toyota in 7th place. Ford Mustang overtakes Toyota at the right side. It's about to go right back in onto the Indianapolis corner section. There you go. Looks like this is going to get a little bit usual out there. Oh man, looks like Ford just really took off the track by the sand trap, and that will might call out the yellow flag. Will have to go in to be in the no passing zone. That goes over to Toyota to avoid to take the exercise caution to be going in onto the 90-degree angle before going in onto the Porsche corner. It gets smoothly for UDRS to be in 8th place, but the fuel percentage is going to get a little bit halfway there to be depleted soon. Just going to have to use the fuel map. We'll have to take much important facts. We'll have to keep it endure. Gonna have to catch up. Sportsmanship rating will going increase on the green. Very good for GKR_Medenso. And then going in onto the Ford chicane at the final corner. Just going to keep it careful. I know the handling is going to get a little bit much different, for the update was actually to be included for the virtual Olympic Games to be part of it. Lap number 4 is on the way. 12-volt man in 3rd place for the Aston Martin is still going in to catch up onto the Mexican driver. GTMX Carlitos is now going to be staying on in 2nd place, while Stag with 21 in the Ford Mustang is now in the lead. Moving on to take sector 3 to be at the straightaway, but it's going to have to take a few more slipstreams to go for the 2nd and 3rd place driver. But probably several drivers in the 1st sector before moving on to the 4th lap will have to take sector 2 to be dived down onto the straightaway before it catches up onto Toyota in 7th place. Leandro in the Renault Sport RS01 GT3 is still tries to take a slipstream to be catching up for having a battle for 5th place. That one might have a Brazilian racer who will be going in for the overtake. Still currently on to 6th place, but I hope that Brazilian racer can probably have that good horsepower. Will be pushed up to the limit by dealing with the 1st chicane. He's going for it, folks. That one might have that good slipstream to be on the edge. And we have GT German Racing from Canada in 9th place. It's about to be coming in to take on UDRS in about 0.5 seconds to go on the gap. But luckily the fuel map is going to be decreased to be at 2, so 54% remaining. Gonna have to switch it over to 3. Take that blocking defense, and now going in onto the 2nd chicane. The best defense for the United Defensive Reformation Service always has to use the radar. We'll have to keep in check of the opponents from behind. That one might take the next sector. We'll be going in to take the Mulsanne corner. We'll have to take the only braking chance. But wait, looks like Nugo 240 in the Ford Mustang is now coming in. Just going to keep a little bit more careful. He's going to go a little bit outside. Gonna have to stay safe on the inside. In the United Defensive Reformation Service livery is still going on to catch up onto Nugo 240 in the Ford Mustang before moving on to take the Indianapolis corner section. Is going to be taking the straightaway. We'll have to take that slipstream by the chance. I almost barely had that chance. And GT German Racing is now going in onto the pursuit. This one might have a 3-car battle. It's going to get a lot of effort. Will be going dived in onto the corner. Hold on, looks like Aston Martin just really tries to avoid taking a contact onto UDRS while taking the chase onto Ford in 8th place. 90-degree angle in the next sector. Will be going in to take the Porsche corner. Absolutely good. So I hope this is going to be quite taking some fine efforts out there for UDRS to be taking the most fierce comeback since the 3rd round at Fuji International Speedway. The 4th round in Le Mans is going to be the only perfect chance out there. We'll be catching up with some several opponents whenever it could probably have to take some strategies to be used the field map without avoid to be running out of gas. Just going to have to keep it a little bit more careful out there, just to be stationary, to be taking some apexes. Now leaving the Porsche corner, now goes back in onto the Ford chicane. Everybody is going to get a little bit exhausted out there for the last point race entry. But I'm not giving up yet. This will might have the perfect segment to be part of the highlights. Will be quite giving some successful moments to be in the first season. But not to worry, folks. Hyperion-Blue-GT, the Cinderella Man, is about to go competitive to be on Le Mans. Will have to take action with racing responsibility. Will have to go endurance. That will might have to take stages to be on the comeback. Will be having an opportunity. Just gonna have to catch up onto Nugo 240. He's still going way up ahead by having a 1.7 gap distance to be reached up. Almost 2 seconds. Keep up the pace. Looks like this is going to be quite taking a good check onto the top 3 drivers. GTLX Carlitos is now in the lead by having an overtake at Stang Wave 21 in the Ford Mustang. The Mexican driver is now taking the comeback for having a successful moment out there. He could probably have to take home the podium. Now goes in to be in the first chicane, to be going right back in onto the straightaway. Stag Wave 21 is now going right back in onto first place to be in the second chicane. Take a good progress out there, folks. Stag Wave 21 can probably do it. And there goes for the third straightaway run. I hope this is going to be quite going great for the top 3 drivers to be taking the most in corner. Take a good perfection, and that will might have a good clean turn to be at the inside in the apex. That will might give a good straightaway to be in the 4th run at the Indianapolis corner section. But I hope 12-volt man in 3rd place could probably have to try to keep going to reach up onto GTMX Carlitos to stay on in 2nd place to be on the defense, to be on the struggle. That one might have the most latest fastest lap in 4 minutes and 3.501 seconds. He could probably have to get a lot of good acceleration to overcome its most finest corners to be in Circuit de la Sarthe. That would be a pretty good successful race for Aston Martin to be in Le Mans, to be part in GT Sports. GTMX Carlitos is now coming back in the lead. Stag Wave 21 is going to have to take the offense approach. And now, after leaving on to the 90-degree angle at the right, moving on to the Porsche corner, is going to have to take that good freestyle turn. Will be sliding in between left and right. Just hang in there, folks. It's going to get much harder out there. We'll have to take the handling. We'll have to do overcome for the updates. This one is going to be quite taking a good, interesting fact. Stag Wave 21 is still hanging on the ropes to catch up onto GTMX Carlitos in 1st place. Now goes in onto the 4th chicane to be in the few short distance to go. Until moving on to lap number 6. That one might have the 7th lap. We'll be calling into the pits for having a racing medium compound tires. We'll be doing a requirement. Keep up the pressure, folks. I hope everything is going to be okay. 15 drivers are still standing in Le Mans, but I hope it's going to get a lot of good fast pace to be on the good quality effect, to be on the maintained yellow bar. It could probably have to take much further chances without getting disconnected by the server. But I don't know how this race is going to be much perfect. We'll be joining in session because of the disconnected server. Well, it always happens every time. Just gonna have to be much respectful and be very patient for the next point race entry. 5 chances will be available by the time to be as always, so it's gonna get much further chances to do more practice at any time. Only 35% remain on the fuel, only 33 to go. Just gonna have to keep a good eye out, folks. Make sure you use the fuel map whenever you're gonna have to take a good monitor check on the percentage. Right now we are in the 6th lap, and the top 5 driver is still taking the struggle out there to be reached up by the slipstream to be in the straightaway. The first group in the first chicane is now taking on for the second straightaway towards the second chicane. And the other group will be going right back in to do the same chicane to be in the first part, so everything has to be quite going well out there. And we have GKR_Medenso is now going on to take 7th place to be on the defense, before Nugo 240 is now crossing in to be perceived by the penalty line to be on the recovery. Really almost had the chance in 7.5 seconds, but it's going to have to take much responsibility out there, folks. Just gonna have to switch over to power lean 2. We'll have to keep on track, but it's gonna have to take further few distance to go. We'll have to close into the gap. Just gonna have to be patient. Almost there to be at 25% remaining. Save it for the final lap until it might get a perfect chance by the opportunity. We'll be moving on to be in the different position. Just to be example, to be at the top 3, might take a good chance for any drivers who really want to stay on track without going into the pits. Just gonna keep going in and go right back onto the Mulsanne corner. Hold the brakes. UTRS just barely got that at the right spot. Now goes on over to the Indianapolis corner section. Stag Wave 21 is still tries to stay in 2nd place, while 12-volt man in the Aston Martin is currently in 3rd place. Raptors_Leandro in the Renault Sport RS01 GT3 is dropping down onto 7th place by overtaking from Toyota to be moving on to take 6th place. UTRS is going in onto Indianapolis corner section to take that perfect turn to be taking a different position by using the lean 2 fuel map. I got him on site on GKR Medenso in the Toyota GR Super Racing Concept. We're almost there, folks. This race will be over soon in the final lap for having another 4-minute time to be at the exact range to be reached up by 10 seconds. Keep an eye out, folks. It's going to get a lot of standby moment for any drivers who really want to go into the pits. Will have to proceed forward. We'll be switching it in onto the hard racing compound tires by the mandatory. Take your time. Looks like 12-volt man is in. Racing medium compound tires to be chosen in to have a 20% fuel remaining. Everybody is still trying to move on to a different position, and we have Ramars in 3rd place. Stag Wave 21 in the Ford Mustang is still in 2nd place, along with GTM in 1st place. That is going to be quite good to see if there will be having a hard racing compound tires to be used in the first 7 laps. But take your time, folks. This one might take a final lap. We'll be moving on to take the finish line. We'll have to be proceed. It's going to get much fascinating out there to see this kind of a good race, folks. Take 6 laps by using the medium racing compound tires and save it for the hard racing to do the final lap in the 7th run. Ramars is now taking third place, but it is going to be quite very excellent out there to see how he can do it to catch up onto Stag Wave 21. But it's almost going to get a little bit harder out there to reach up onto the Mexican driver, GTMX Carlitos, in the first place at the lead. Just take a good look at the second straightaway in the course map, folks. That one might have everything for GTMX Carlitos will be taking home at the podium. Stag Wave 21 is still actually trying to keep up, but it will might have to go on for the ongoing battle to be in first place. But hold on, Hasselstrup in the BMW C4 GT3 is going in by the overtake at UDRS before coming in at the first chicane to dive in. Make that last stand, just go for it. The struggle will have to take a lot of exercise caution when you're in the chicane. Hasselstrup will might take an open space by having 0.5 seconds behind. It's going to get much further out there since the race began. The top three drivers have already made it in onto the Mulsanne corner before taking on the next curve straightaway at the Indianapolis corner section. That's more like it. Stay on track to be in the inside cornering for UDRS when staying on in 8th place, while Hasselstrup is now going on the offense to be at the right side. Gonna have to keep a good eye on him. Gonna have to go defense whenever he has to take the opportunity. Clever defense. Now it's about to go hard to be at the Mulsanne corner. We'll have to dive in. Hasselstrup dodged UDRS braking position and now going in on the outside at the right turn. And it's about to going in by side. This is going to be quite brilliant out there to see BMW and Chevrolet in the United Defensive Reformation Service livery will have to take that good brilliant chance. Take that battle for 8th place is now going to be on the ropes. Almost there. Gonna have to stay on track. Better make sure this one might have the Mexican driver will be going in to leave the Porsche corner before taking on one last Porsche chicane will do the trick. Just keep going, folks. The top three drivers has almost there to reach the finish line. It's about to go successful for having a first place victory. And there it is. GTOS is now staying on in the lead, while Stag Wave 21 is still going on it to take the ongoing defense in second place, while Ramars is now going to be closing in. And ladies and gentlemen, folks, we have a Mexican winner to be in first place for the fourth round in the 2021 Series Manufacturer Series. What in the most fantastic race out there. GTMX Carlitos have won the race. That was pretty excellent. That was fantastico for having a good victory win for the Mexican driver. How amazing to see GTMX Carlitos has finally reached first place for the win. That was so brilliant. That is so brilliant to see how a single Mexican driver has finally taken home the podium. But doing one last stand to take the fourth chicane for UDRS to be going in to catch up onto Raptos_Leandro in the Renault Sport RS01. So that makes 7th place to be finished and 8th place for UDRS and the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3. Hyundai Genesis has finally won the race. That was going to be a very fantastic Le Mans race for the Group 3 category, folks. That one might have several drivers for only 1 second penalty when crossing the finish line. Just going to keep a good eye out, and 4 drivers just marked D and F will be moving on to take the next round, will be proceed forward to be in the 5th round. Just going to have to wait for Kushgod 20 results has been confirmed. Wow. Several drivers just barely took the penalty by the red dots. That makes one lucky driver to be the fastest driver in Chevrolet for having a clean race for a single star earned. 55 points to be well earned to achieve. Wow, looks like this is going to be quite good to have midnight already. Daily workout has already complete by 59.1 miles. GTMX Carlitos in the Hyundai Genesis Group 3 has finally did a good job for taking a first place podium finish. Stank Wave 21 in the Ford Mustang Group 3 did a pretty good job in second place. And Ramars in the Porsche 911 RSR did a good job, well done. That is going to be quite brilliant out there to see how 2 American racers and 1 Mexican driver has did a pretty good job. To congratulations to be in the top 3 finish. That was a pretty good, well done race, folks. That was a pretty good, well done race. But it is going to be quite much appreciated to have a good response from Hasselstrup for having a good race, for taking a side-by-side, for having a final showdown in the 7th lap. Much appreciated for having a good response. And especially for Nugo 240 in the Ford Mustang Group 3, along with GKR_Medestin in the Toyota GR Super Racing Concept. It was a very good race and very fantastic out there. That one might have everything to be going on to be in the most excited highlight race. Now that's competition. Alright folks, round 4 at Le Mans is finished, and that means round 5 will be coming up for the next race. We'll be going in at the C-Course layout in Sarthe Rail Track for 25 laps by using the Group 4 category. And that means I'm about to show you guys to have my good mixture variant of the UDRS N Sportec and the Gran Sport design on the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 4. As a reminder, this will be the perfect moment to have a good different design variant will be going in to be on the spotlight. Thank you for tuning in on my video, folks. I hope you enjoy. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, bell for notification uploads to be turned on, and the links are in the description down below if you really want to see more. You can check it out on Instagram, Deepnet Art, GT Planet, and other social media platforms if you really want to follow me. And don't forget to support my main project, Vision Total Drama, the next chapter of the Total Drama fan art to support the community. I'll be seeing you guys next time in the 2021 Series Manufacturer Series on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay clean.